Hi everyone, it's Matt here, National Account Manager at Virgin Money. I'm here today to talk to you about fraud, and that's because there's been a spike in numbers across the UK in recent months. Criminals have taken advantage of people's fear to con them out of their hard-earned savings with scams designed to exploit our current vulnerability. In the midst of a health crisis, fraudsters understand that people aren't always making rational decisions. So, here's the top things you should look for to protect your business and your clients. The Fraud Prevention Service, CFAS, now has a dedicated coronavirus fraud section on its website. It compiles a weekly list of new scams, and there have been a constant stream of cons over the lockdown period. These include HMRC job retention scams, where fraudsters are attempting to take advantage of the scheme by targeting business owners with phishing emails purporting to be from HMRC, emails purporting to be from government bodies or other institutions like banks or financial organisations offering COVID-19 business loans, and notably being sent from supposedly legitimate sender addresses. Bereavement scams, where a scammer pretending to be a debt collector calls relatives and friends of people who have recently died and says they are responsible for their loved ones' deaths. Be mindful of the fact that fraudsters are trying to exploit the current upheaval, and always ensure that you consider the potential for fraud. You probably have anti-measures in place for your business, but remember that you have to transfer those robust processes to a home working environment, especially if you're working remotely. And of course, make sure your security settings are up to date on all of your devices at home. As well as new types of fraud, individuals and business could be more susceptible to existing scams, as fraudsters take advantage of the fact that everyone is worried and also potentially distracted. Criminals know that some people might not be as vigilant as usual in spotting fraud, especially if they're using different software at home. The main type of fraud you are likely to encounter as a mortgage broker includes clients trying to get a larger mortgage by lying about their income. They could give you fake payslips or doctored bank statements to support their inflated earnings. Secondly, there are criminal gangs working with fraudulent introducers, solicitors, accountants or valuers, from taking out more than one mortgage on a property to borrowing in false names or overvaluing on a property. These scams are big business and continue during the current crisis. And then there's conveyancing fraud. This involves your client getting a fake email from a fraudster pretending to be their own solicitor. They are then tricked into transferring money from their bank account to the fraudsters. This is sometimes the full deposit amount. When it comes to fraud, knowledge is power. So be sure you're up to date and compliant with all the rules, including checking ID, anti-money laundering measures, reporting fraud and record keeping. You can refer to the FCA's Guide to Financial Crime for more information, or if you're an appointed rep, it's well worth getting in touch with your network for compliance support. You should always check what your clients tell you. If their earnings seem out of keeping with their job and experience, look into it. If their property value seems inflated, check that too. And of course, look carefully at all documentation to spot any possible counterfeits. Remember to check out any new introducers before taking referrals, especially in the current climate. Do your due diligence and check their credentials. Finally, double check all applications and cross-reference with the documentation to make sure that nothing is inconsistent or out of place. Spending just 10 minutes pre-submission could save a lot of wasted time and trouble further down the line. It's a challenging time for brokers, and we're all distracted by health concerns as well as business worries. But that's exactly what makes us more likely to be victims of fraud. So keep your guard up and remind your clients to be vigilant. Thank you for joining. Look out for more useful insight on our YouTube channel and on the Virgin Money Intermediary website.